Peace be to all. Omar here, physician associate, health educator, and endurance athlete. So I'm going to talk to you guys very briefly about the death of YouTube star, I guess you could call him, a YouTube personality, Kevin Samuels. And for those of you guys who may not know him, he was a black American man who was in his late 50s. I think he was 57 when he died. It was a couple of days ago. And he died of a heart attack, according to what I read on the internet. So it kind of segues into something that I spoke about in prior videos, which was the death of black men in the 50s age range from preventable diseases. Now I don't say black men or African American men to just disparage other groups, but I am a black man. Most of the patients who I see are black folks in the urban area, and they're adults, so I work with an internist, and so I see a lot of heart disease and conditions leading up to heart disease, so things like metabolic syndrome, so type 2 diabetes mellitus, hyperlipidemia, otherwise is known as a high cholesterol, if you will, obesity, particularly mid-abdominal obesity, and other things that go with that. I think I mentioned type 2 diabetes mellitus. I don't know if Kevin Samuels had all four of those things. He looked like he was pretty fit from the videos that I watched of him. But again, the report said heart attack. I know I myself was a bit heavy. I was about 20 pounds overweight. Several years ago, I had to get my act together at high cholesterol. And I had to discipline myself to start exercising and eating right. And I encourage my patients to do the same. Kevin was always mentioning people's body size, in particular women. So I would say that he looked like he practiced what he preached. But I think it's a wake-up call to a lot of us, again, black men in particular. Get your numbers checked, so your blood pressure, your hemoglobin A1C, check to make sure, keep your mid-abdominal obesity down. Just watch what you eat and try to exercise, and also try to monitor your stress level. Kevin was known for kind of keeping it real, if you will, with women. I mean, he would tell them about themselves, about their chances of getting married, how they had to behave, and he came under a lot of scrutiny. So, love him or hate him, in many regards, many would consider that he spoke the truth as he saw it. I watched several of his videos. To me, a lot of the things that he said attracted a lot of negative energy from certain types of people. I don't like attracting negative energy, but you're going to have to do that if you're going to tell people the truth. And you're going to be seen as a controversial figure. Sometimes, if you're not careful, you can internalize a lot of people's negative energy that's directed toward you. I'm not saying that's his cause of death, but I am saying that negative energy, I believe that negative energy directed toward you can certainly be a contributing factor. If you're saying certain things to people about people, and they respond with kind of like angst, and you give the angst back to them, well, this is going to increase your cortisol level, your adrenaline level. It's going to incite your ire also. And again, that's I don't know if that was a contributing factor in him having a heart attack. But I know I personally used to be a relatively high-strung person. I'd get upset about things that really I didn't need to get upset about if I really, sat back and looked at the big picture. So I've tried to mature as I reach the big 6-0. I'm not really interested in living a long time, but I'd like to have a good quality of life. So maybe it's for the best that Kevin died it sounds like he's died quickly instead of having a stroke or something, or lingering on in an ICU somewhere, hooked up to a bunch of machinery. I am an erstwhile hospitalist PA, and now I work in a doctor's office. But I can tell you, I did hospitalist medicine for many, many years, and it was very sad to see people on mechanical ventilation who couldn't eat anymore, so they had to have food through a peg tube or a gastric tube. Then their kidneys would shut down. They'd have to do dialysis 3 days a week. And they'd be alert and oriented through all of this. And, they'd live for years to be, kind of carted off to a nursing home somewhere to live out their final days, waiting for people to clean them off, or hoping that their loved ones would come visit them every once in a while. It's not the best way to end life. So, I wish peace on Kevin's family, and grant, may the good Lord grant solace to his remaining family and friends. And you guys, you men, take care of yourselves, so you can take care of those around you. Get yourselves checked out. Come to the doctor's office where I work. I'm in Washington, D.C., Southeast. But that's it for now. If you guys have any interest in becoming a PA like me, or a health educator, feel free to subscribe. If not, if you don't want to, it's cool too. And just try to live life to your fullest. I wish you guys the best of success in your positive endeavors. Peace.